Oh my God. I think we're live, y'all. Oh, yeah. Okay, we are live, everybody. Talk about drama. Oh my word. All right. Apparently, the connection is excellent. All right. Oh, thank you. Oh my word. Oh, hi, Denise. We've had a little bit of a snafu here with the live. What is this? It's saying something over here. Let me see. What is this saying now? He's not in any way due to meet his. Yes, okay, whatever. YouTube. I don't know what your problem is. YouTube always gives me some problem. All right, Sherilyn, thank you for coming back. Oh man. It's been a little bit. So you can see me and you can hear me, correct? So just let me know, okay? How do I make this bigger? Properties. I'm afraid to mess with this camera because that may start creating another bunch of issues. So I'm like, just leave it, correct? There we go. Now I can see. All right. There we go. All right. I am hoping. There we go. All right, everybody. Okay, now. Yeah. Man, this is a bit crazy, isn't it? Seriously, like the way everything works, it's like. So if you hear that ping, it's because I'm asking a friend of mine to check and see, hey girl, can you see? All right. Now? Now? All right. She says you can see me only nose up, but let's see. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hold on, it's buffering. All right, everybody. I sincerely apologize for this, for this snafu. Like I said, I am at the moment overseas, and I've been doing a lot of traveling the past couple of weeks, actually. And I missed a week ago. I think I missed the 2 weeks. I missed the lives. So I sincerely apologize for that. It's been a bit hectic for me. And when I travel international, I don't carry my my big camera. So, and as always, I feel like I am sounding like a broken record because there's always technical issues, and it's kind of annoying to me because I'm not tech savvy at all, and I'm pretty sure it's annoying to you folks too. So please accept my sincere apologies. I do my very best, and I don't have anybody. And let me assure you, Mark is even worse. He does not get along well with computers or anything like that, so it's not like I can ask him for help. So please pardon me, please accept my sincere apologies for having so many technical snafus. However, I was like, dang, I was going to record the video and post it, but then come to find out I don't have enough storage space on my computer, so the photo booth that I used to record it was only recording a little bit, and I keep buying more cloud storage with Apple, and they keep telling me it's never enough, so I don't know. Anyway, so this is an update for Suzanne Mahew. As we know that she was reported missing on May 10th, and then typically when they report missing, it's that same day that they would also post as dead, right? Dead on. So, but I will tell you, I doubt if oh my goodness.
Unknown caller.
Yeah. I doubt if oh my goodness, no. All right. I'm going to, sorry about that, y'all. I do believe that she passed on the night of May 9th, not necessarily May 10th. And I'm actually going into my calendar to see 2020, correct? Let me see one second. 2020, let's look at May. May 9th was a Saturday and May 10th was a Sunday. So I am going to say she probably passed on May 9th, okay? So, hang on everybody, I'm sorry. Her date of birth is April 30th, 1956. Her date that she was declared missing or dead is May 10th. I will say May 9th is when she passed, the Saturday. Her body was located on September 22nd, 2023. Barry Lee Morphew, he's a Libran. I got his date of birth. I got Suzanne's date of birth. She's a Taurus. Let's talk a little bit about astrology. I'm not going to delve too deep into it. So she was a Taurus, and even when she passed, it was Taurus season, very much within Taurus season. So April 20th to May 20th is Taurus season. Now, when her body was located is on April 22nd, that's Virgo season. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Virgo is the 5th house, and 5th house does talk about love affairs, speculation, kids, and all that stuff, and also a little bit of a warring situation. And even 5, in terms of the tarot, is not necessarily a positive, because if you take 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 5 of Air, or 5 of Pentacles, it's not necessarily a positive. We're just moving, trying to get over the hump to get into the 6s and then the 7s, right? As we know, in tarot, the numbers have different meanings. When I did her little numerology thing, I got her 2nd house, 4th house, 5th house, 6th house, and 10th house were really active. So Morphew's, Barry's vibrates to the 4th house, emotions, affairs, at the end of life, family roots, home, very active. And also for her, the 2nd house, how she valued herself, her talents, her possessions, her ability to earn income. And then her 5th house is love affairs, speculation. 10th house talks about career, reputation, morals, and life goals. Some of the aspects. Now, when you look at astrology, I think Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius and which rules Pisces, is moving into Aries, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is moving into Aries, as is Venus. So Venus rules Taurus, Venus also rules Libra, and I think Venus moves into Aries, Aries. So for her, being a Taurus, that is the 12th house, and 12th house is whatever is hidden. It's coming a full circle. So everything comes around full circle. Whatever is hidden comes to life, right? Like this is the time. Things have to be cleared up so that whatever new has to be sown, has to be brought into the light, has a chance to come to light. So 12th house is the house of cleaning up, bringing up everything from. So we talk about from dust unto dust. So it's like, okay, think about agriculture. You plow the fields, you do everything, you sow, you reap your harvest, and then you go back and plow your fields again. So think of it that ways, okay? Very interesting. Now, I do believe that this video is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions and allegedlies. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, okay? So, I do believe that she passed on that Saturday night, which is May 9th. I'm going to say anytime between 3 p.m. in the afternoon to early morning, wee hours of May 10th is what I'm going to say. So we are just going to look at the energy readings. For those of you who follow me, who have watched my videos, please go and revisit the other videos I did for Suzanne Mahew and Larry. I'm going to try and post it in the description box after this video gets converted from live to video. But go watch that. It's very interesting. And I think I had mentioned 3 years or something, right? that he will at some point in time, I think I had also mentioned that they're going to let him go, but then they're going to reel him back in. I think this is the time. So let's take a look. We have Libra, guess who? Barry. And then we have Taurus, guess who? Suzanne. And then we have Capricorn, okay? And I'm being asked to take one more card. Let me put this. One more card, okay. Cancer. It's all about the emotions, the home, that sort of a thing. So, very, very interesting, right? Now, for her, Taurus, Cancer is 1, 2, third house. Third house is immediate environment, communication, possessions, etc. And for him, he's a Libra. And Cancer is 12, 11, 10th house. 10th house talks about reputation, morals, life goals, career, money, right? Capricorn, 1, 2, 3, 4th house. For him, Capricorn is the 4th house, emotions, home, etc. For her being a Taurus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Capricorn is a 9th house that talks about intellect, thinking, distant travel, even talks about relocations, that sort of a stuff. Interesting, y'all. I mean, it's very, very unfortunate, but what are you going to do? We have Temperance, we have the Magician, we have the Fool card, and then we have Judgment. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. So let's look at Temperance, for example. Temperance is right on top of Libra, right? Which is Barry's card. Temperance does talk about balancing, understanding, moderation, mixing of elements, right? Mixing of elements, a blend of your head and heart, so you're not being too emotional, you're not being too hard-headed. It's trying to mix together whatever the elements, okay, to bring into balance, to put it to work. And Libra is ruled by Venus, and Taurus is also ruled by Venus. So this is a very, very strong earth energy. At some point in time, I'm going to say Suzanne was also, with due respect, she was also into, money is important. Money does, the kind of lifestyle, looking at the kind of lifestyle. And for Barry, it's very, very intense. For him, it's all about the lifestyle, having the wherewithal to maintain a certain lifestyle. And I think in one of the other videos, I had also stated that for her, it wasn't just the alleged affair that she was having that pissed him off, allegedly pissed him off, but it also got to do with her finances, her inheritance. And here we have Capricorn. Capricorn, remember, is Saturn. It's an earth energy, and it is also very intensely associated with money and wealth. Am I surprised? Not at all. Then for her, we have Taurus and the Magician. Taurus is ruled by Venus. And the Magician is Mercury, communication, the ability to create, travel. It's also very masculine energy. So between the two of this, from the very beginning, I don't think Suzanne had the opportunity to, let me be careful how I phrase this. I think for her, it was way back when I think she gave up her power to Barry. That's what I'm going to say. Way back when she gave up her power to Barry, and it was all about control. And at some point in time, she did kind of say, it's not sitting too well with me, but she couldn't break out of it. But at the time of her passing, or before that, I do believe strongly, and I will still stick to it, she definitely was looking to vacate, leave the relationship, move on, and also take care of her health and do something in terms of career-wise, some courses or whatever, to have an independent life, completely independent of him. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, right? And Barry, being the very egotistical kind of a person that he is, it was all about, I'm not. No, you're going to do what I tell you to do, and it's all about control. It's all about, this is an ideal image for me, and who are you to distort that ideal image? That's what I'm saying. So let me take a quick look here and say, Denise, Sherilyn, Lucinda, Debbie, Jen, thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you for being here. So let's take a look. Capricorn and the Fool card. So Capricorn, as I said, is, let me show you all the cards, okay? So Capricorn, right, and the Fool card. I think I did show you all the card. Capricorn is all about earthly, pursuits. It also does talk about, the carnal intentions, and finances, money, wealth, power, control. That's Capricorn. The struggle has been, I cannot afford to take the risk, even though I want to make, want changes and new beginnings. I cannot afford to take the risk. That was the struggle. And then you have Cancer. Cancer is, of course, a water element, right? And you have the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is Pluto. Pluto does talk about sweeping changes. So there was definitely a struggle for her as to, I want to leave to make new changes, new beginnings. But for him, it was like, no, why? I am set into this. Why should I? Why should I let you go to disrupt my life, wherein I have to go back and start afresh? He did not want to start afresh. He did not want to, for him it was not suitable to start afresh. Y'all, I do apologize. For me right now it's 7:54 a.m. in the morning. So I'm trying to get this done so that at 9:30 I can get on with my work. So anyway. And then with the Cancer and the Judgment card, the emotions, the sweeping changes that you wanted to make or intended to make, and to have the ability to rebuild, definitely were important to both of them. But for one it was, I want to do it. The other it was, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to start, because this is comfortable. Everything is fine. Like, okay, you're not happy, so screw that. You just stay in the relationship. Do you think, why? Why should you leave? Then we have the Hierophant. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So let's look at these 4 cards before we move on. The Hierophant is, again, Taurus. It talks about order, rules, religion, institutions, the powers like government agencies, that sort of a thing. And the Hierophant also does say, you either conform to the rules and regulations or you don't. And if you don't, you're going to be held accountable, right? I apologize. There we go. I have no idea what this is all about, but okay. So can you see me now? My OBS camera just quit on me. There you go. And hang on, everybody. There. Okay. It's going to pop back up. The camera is going to pop right back up. So bear with me. I feel like sometimes when I do these cases, I really think the elements or the energies are messing around with me. So maybe to protect me. So let's get back up. I am frozen. I know. I'm coming back. Hang on. It's buffering. There we go. Streaming. Yes, I am streaming. Can you hear me? I am streaming. My camera had to re-buffer or whatever. So I am streaming though. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and if you can see me. So I do believe incarceration is going to be coming back up for him. I do believe the trial is going to open up. So reopen, if you will. Then we have the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups falls right under, oh thank God, the Page of Cups falls right under the Taurus, her energy, right? Suzanne's energy and the Magician. Now I've said this from the very beginning, y'all, if y'all recollect. I do believe one of the kids is supportive of him, one of the kids is supportive of her. So this Page of Cups, one of the children is going to be offering up some information to the Hierophant. Let me show you how it looks. It looks like this. Okay? So one of the kids is going to give the Hierophant, give the authorities some information. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain what now? Oh my God, YouTube, you're killing me. Anyway, one of the children is going to be giving up information to the authorities that is going to add fuel to the fire. or add to the evidence. And then you have the Nine of Wands, okay? So the Nine of Wands talks about maintaining boundaries and being persistent. And in terms of how this is going to affect this case is this new case that they will be filing, the new charges, they are going to keep within a particular boundary. Like, for example, how shall I say it? They're going to focus on one key bit of evidence and run with that, and that is going to kind of open up the whole case, if you will, and the chances of them winning it around this time and getting the perpetrator to pay his dues is going to it's a sure shot to closing this case and getting the guy, right? Hey, Chasing Stardust, hey, Crystal Pink. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune was under the Cancer, the Judgment card. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, and it talks about power, it talks about momentum, movement, growth, wisdom, fortune, things changing, the cyclical nature of life, that sort of thing. Remember, I told you Jupiter and Venus are going to be doing some little dance in the astrological aspects, okay? And so this is very, very intense. Now, I do believe whether Venus and Jupiter are in Aries or Taurus, either way for Suzanne, this case is, at this point in time, is when this case is going to be resolved and the perpetrator is going to be held. Chasing Stardust, good to see you too, is going to be held accountable for his actions. And I think in the previous videos, if my memory serves me right, I had said, I felt that she was being chased around in the living room, and I had given some hi Holly, given some graphic visuals, or rather described it. So we have the Six of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Judgment card, this one, and the Ace of Swords. So Six of Cups is wishing things used to be the way they were, trying very desperately to go back to the past and and that's for him, that's on his cards. It's trying to make sure that, let's go back, let's reconfigure, let's reunite, in the sense turn back the clock to what it used to be. But it's very difficult for him to do that because she's got the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is charging right towards him, and that it's like no, that's not how it's going to work, because now there are going to be some severe lifestyle changes for you, okay, to the perpetrator. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to mention his name every single time because we know who he is. Then you have the Judgment card. That's Plutonian energy. This is a very strong card because this talks about sweeping changes. Now, they're very radical sweeping changes. Now, forget, sure, but there is going to be such a radical change in terms of the sentencing, and with the Ace of Swords, such clarity of thought that it's going to be a one and done type of thing. This time they're not going to let it pass. They're not going to let the perpetrator get away with it. Okay, in one of the previous readings I said they're going to let him go and then they're going to reel him back in. This is when they're going to reel him back in, right? And they have the clarity of thought, and it's like, yeah, dude, your time's up. Like, here you go. So, Four of Swords. This is the energy that is coming to the perpetrator, and this is the energy I've got for her. How cool is that? Seven of Cups. And then we have the Justice card. Heavy hitters. Justice is a Libra card, right? Now the Four of Swords for Barry, Four of Swords is what Four of Swords is. Any which way, retreat, rest, recover, or basically be incarcerated forever, lifetime sentence, right? I wouldn't call it death necessarily, an ending of life, but that's a possibility. So either way, the perpetrator is not going to have the physical freedom to do what he wants. Then we have the Three of Cups for her. Talk about rejoicing. Talk about her siblings, her immediate family, her siblings, her best of friends, her friend who she considered to be her sister, them rejoicing because finally things have come down to this, it's going to be resolved. Now, very interesting that we have the Seven of Cups, right? Seven of Cups with the Judgment card on and the Nine of Wands. So this tells me that there are going to be some options in terms of, okay, do we do a life sentence? Do we go for the death penalty? I don't know whether death penalty is there in Utah or not. I don't know that. But this is where the negotiation, the powers that be, the attorneys on either side, both sides, whoever, are going to sit and say, what's the best option to take? Now, having said that, whatever the option they take, whatever decision they make, there will be a civil lawsuit filed against the perpetrator. Again, I'm not going to mention his name every single time. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Y'all, I'm sweating. Oh my God. There is no AC in this little room. Oh, and I'm just sweating. It's like, I don't even know what's the temperature right now. Yeah, squirrel, right? It's 83 degrees and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm out of it. So they're going to go back and file a civil lawsuit against the perpetrator and say, you know what, wrongful death, yada yada. That is going to happen. Then we have the Justice card, which is the end result, like with the Cancer, the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment, etc. The Justice card is a Libra card. Now, this is pretty intense, the way, the sequence in which it has come. Because here we have, look at these cards, right? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, right? So what this is telling me with the Libra card, the Justice card, it talks about balances, decisions, and courts. So now decisions will be made in the court that is going to prove that finally it's the balance, like, right, the weighing scale, right, everything is balanced out. So now justice is going to be served. It's finally back to that, right? It's going to be very difficult for him to get out of this. Very difficult. Hang on one second. And then we have this card. Yeah, y'all, this is, do any of y'all know whether he had Utah, isn't this in in Utah or New Mexico? I don't know, whichever state this happened. Do they have the death penalty? If y'all know, let me know, okay? Hang on, Sherilyn, you have some questions, I'll answer them. We have the Chariot card for him. Ooh, hello. We have the Fool card for her, freedom, new beginnings. We have the Page of Swords, then one more. No, this one. We have the Eight of Cups, and this one wants to come out. The Three of Swords, betrayal, y'all. This is ridiculous. So the Chariot card is a Cancer card, right? It talks about balancing emotion, success, protection, secrecy, suppressed emotions, and that's on him. He is going to try very desperately to do, kind of pull that stunt of, oh, emotionally unbalanced, I need to go and get psychological evaluation, and oh, my heart is hurting, I have to go to the hospital and medical something, and I won't be surprised if they're going to try that. I really won't be surprised that, hang on, Libra, so 12, 11, 10th house. He's definitely going to do the best he can. He's going to bring out all the people from, all kinds of people crawling out from the woodwork saying that, hey, he's a good guy, we've known him for so many years, he's awesome, he's yada, 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 trying very much to boost up his character, but it's not going to fly. For her, she's got the Fool card, which is Uranus, change and new beginnings, meaning like finally this case is going to come to rest. Colorado, is it? Do they have thanks Denise, do they have the death penalty in Colorado? I don't know why I was thinking Utah, but for her it's like a new beginning. Okay, now her soul can rest in peace. Then you have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is again a very, very interesting energy. Now you have the other younger energy, but you know, in this case, I'm going to say it's more like a sibling because we have it right over the where is that? The Cups card. Where did that go? No, not the Cups card. The Capricorn, the Fool, and the Nine of Wands. This Page of Swords, there is going to be a lot of talk, there is going to be a lot of gossip, there is going to be a lot of he said, she said stuff that's going to come out. And is that going to add value to the case? Is that going to derail the case? Is that going to in any way deter true justice being served? No, but you are going to find out that there has been some betrayal. In other words, there has been a third party situation that I am not going to go so far as to say somebody actually helped the perpetrator in this, but somebody kind of sort of knew and has kind of pretended to protect him by being quiet. That answered your question, Sherilyn, correct? Colorado does not have the death penalty. Somebody here asked me something about her feet. Wait, who's that? Somebody here asked, wait, I don't know y'all. Who asked? Okay, Jen007 says, Suzanne's autopsy report shows her feet were missing. That's chilling. Did he remove them symbolically to stop her from running? I don't know. We can ask. So, we have the Queen of Wands. She pops up again. We have the Magician. And we have the Three of Wands. This is interesting energy. So what this is telling me is this, I'm going to say the female, be it the attorney, be it somebody from her side, and the Magician, again, very strong energy. They are going to combine each other's resources and take action, because the Magician is Mercury, which is also communication, the ability to create, to travel, to etc. And they are going to push forward. Three of Wands does talk about teamwork, commerce, expansion, and travel. So these two entities, the Queen of Wands and the Magician entity, are going to do everything within their power to move this case along in the direction that they want to. And winner, chicken dinner. This case is going to be resolved, the perpetrator is going to be held accountable, and justice is going to be served. And there is a lawsuit, wrongful death lawsuit, that's going to be filed on Ding Dong Ding Along. A male family member and a female family member, I don't know if she has sisters, a female family member or a friend she considers to be a sister are going to be crucial in like this whole thing. Like, I got you, BASTARD type of thing, right? We got you, right? That kind of stuff. But oh, they did have the death penalty when the crime was committed, but they don't now? Wow, I didn't know that, y'all. I had no idea about that. I had no idea. You know what pisses me off though, y'all, seriously? So, I have okay, maybe I'm a snotty person myself, who knows? But I have this thing, I've always had, first and foremost, I was never the kind of person who was into, you know, that famous chain of coffee stores we have in America. I was never a fan of that because I think I'm a coffee snob. And I think that is nothing but sugar, and synthetic essences. So I never bought into that brand or any of those brands. You know, once in a great while, sure, in summertime, I think they have this pineapple and mango cooler type of a thing that, you know, I enjoy. I've never bought into that. And every time when I used to be in California, you know, you see these OC girls, right? They're walking around all day long with that cup of coffee. Now, it's probably the same cup. They buy one cup in the morning and they refill with the coffee from the store, and everybody thinks it's a Bucks coffee, right? And it always used to piss me off. And a couple of times I've actually been a little bit, I'm like, do you go home and do you rinse it out and just fill it up with coffee from home and pretend like you spent another $5? And that really pisses me off for some reason. I don't know why. But every time I've seen this doofus McGoofus go into court or whatever video. There are, I'm not going to mention the names of the people, but I see this young lady, I have nothing against her. It's just walking around with that cup in her hand, cup of joe in her hand. I don't know why that gets me every time. And the smug look on his face, man, seriously kills me. Seriously kills me. Yeah. But, thank you, Kim. So, it's very unfortunate. This case should have been resolved right then and there, y'all, way back then. I mean, it should have been resolved. I'm really surprised it didn't, but you know, all in good time, right? All in good time, you know. So, these, I'm going to take those. Let's see. Deception and trickery, responsibility and expectations, tradition and order, small regrets and longing, loss, the gambler, loss, risks. So, he was not the perpetrator, okay? Yeah, exactly, Sherilyn. The perpetrator wasn't necessarily all like a saint. So, I am going to say this even now. See, why people cheat in relationships, I don't know, y'all. It's let's not get into that, okay? Whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever. Let's not get into it. We are not walking in their shoes, so we can't say. Do I condone it? No, I don't. But I'm like, you know, if you're going to cheat, just tell your partner and say, look, anyway, let's not get into it. Who am I to preach? He was not a saint. He definitely thought he had the world in his hands, and he was like, I can manage this, I can do this, I can, you know, what does she know? She trusts me, because as much as Suzanne bought into and gave up her power to him, a few years before all this transpired, she had actually in her mind seen him for who he really is, but he didn't. But she didn't let on it. She still conducted herself like he was everything. So he didn't realize that she had caught on to him, and she's like, yeah, you're full of BS. So he thought she was never going to do anything. She was never going to, you know, walk out on him. She wasn't going to do any of that. So when he found out that she was talking to somebody or allegedly having an affair, he lost his pants. Because for him is, how dare you do that? How dare you do that? It's all about ownership, right? Then the responsibility and expectations. He put a lot of responsibility and expectations on her. And then here you have this card. I'm just going to show it briefly. The responsibility and expectations that was put on her was overwhelming, and there was no returns on that investment. So she's like, I'm doing all of this, but what am I getting back? In terms of the tradition and the order, etc., at some point in time she was like, okay, I'm going to stay. Hi Arba, thank you for being here. Iona Pe, hello. Kim French, hello. At some point in time she said, you know, this tradition and you know, being in this marriage, you know, how you're married for 30 years, 40 years or whatever, she believed in that, she truly did. But she also realized that this was a downhill slope. She was afraid of him, and she was just waiting for the daughters to be established before she walked away, because then she wouldn't have to worry about how it would affect her daughters, right, being minors or not. I think one of them was a minor, right? I just realized how dark my face looks, y'all. This lighting is, I don't know, a different level lighting. Anyway, so she decided that I'm going to wait, get this going, get the kids out of the house, finish my treatment, so then I'll be like clear and I can step out, start my course, I have my assets, I have my inheritance, start my new life. The longing and regrets, what this shows me is for her feeling longing, her having regrets. The longing for freedom, for where did my life go, where did my life go? You know, the longing for freedom and having regrets about, was it really worth it, investing so many years in this relationship? She definitely had that. And she realized that the gamble she took, there's a loss and there's a risk. I'm going to go so far as to say, before Suzanne met this guy, or when she met Doofus McGoofus, there was somebody else also who she was kind of interested in and kind of sort of like and then for whatever reason she picked this guy over the other guy. So she feels a little bit of loss and regret for having chosen this doofus. But for him, the gamble he has taken has completely backfired. He thought he's going to get away with it, but he is not. He did for a little bit. How many of y'all think that her husband is responsible for her demise? Put it in the comment section. I'm just curious to know. How many of y'all think that he's responsible? Oh, yes they do. Lady Sophia, thank you for the correction. Okay, so we have the discovery, productivity, creation, self-protection, dual natures, difficult decisions, lack of direction, viewpoints and control, stubbornness, inflexibility, loyalty, chains and promises. So let's go back to discovery. When he discovered her intentions, when he figured out that her intentions were to basically tell him to bugger off and she was all fixing to leave, that's when he figured he had to come up with a creative way to end this so that she didn't leave. And I do believe they had a communication, they had a conversation where they were trying to figure out, okay, what to do. And I think he tried to convince her to stay, but she was kind of hell-bent, and I think that's what pushed him over. So for him, it's all about protecting himself no matter what, because at the end of the day, she was a means to the end, to an end for him. So how do I protect myself? How do I like, he was a little bit lost. Psychologically, he was also a little bit lost for a brief period of time. And his fear was, I don't know about his financials, but I think he was in a little bit of a financial situation. I'm going to say that he was like, okay, what happens now? Like, what happens now? Where do I go from now? How do I start all over? Do I have to? He was also a little bit lazy in the sense that he didn't want, he's like, no, it's like one and done. I don't have to start all over. So that was also there. So now, am I going to say this is an accidental death? No, but I do believe that his initial intention was to, let's say, allegedly tranquilize her and sit and think about it and then say, okay, fine, we'll figure it out. But I want to say an accidental overdose while injecting her with whatever or shooting her with whatever. But I also feel like that's like to camouflage something else. So I don't know whether the second shot was given because he was like, screw it, she's done, she's whatever, I may as well finish the job, that kind of thing. I'm getting into sticky waters here, but then we have viewpoints and control. They definitely clashed towards the end as far as their viewpoints were concerned, and she was like, I am not going to put up with this anymore, you have to make changes. What the hell? And for him, he definitely was not. He was being very, very stubborn. He's very inflexible. He was not going to make any changes at all. The loyalties, chains, and promises were broken, y'all. He was, that was done. For her, it was done. For him also, loyalty, for him, loyalty means something different. Loyalty means I can go around and screw around wherever I want, whenever I want, however I want, but you're always going to be accepting of my behavior and keep quiet. So it's like being in chains. But for her, it's like, no, that's not how I want it. Then you have the unknown, a journey. Then you have delivering news and collaborations. I'm now going to say, and then you have the balance, invention, and destruction. I'm going to now say that, yeah, he might have had somebody who knew what happened and kind of indirectly helped him by keeping quiet, I want to say. we have Saturn, we have Pluto, we have Jupiter, we have Venus, we have the moon, we have the sun. This is pretty intense. Ooh. The hand is going to be shown. So what I'm going to say is all that information, whoever knew kind of, oh yeah, I thought he was kidding. Yeah, he shared. I didn't know he was talking. I didn't know he was actually going to carry it out. I mean, I thought he was just mad and he was just venting. Like, how was I to know he was actually going to do what he ended up doing or do what he said he was going to do? I thought he was just upset, and you know how guys are, they get upset and in anger they say things. You're sitting at a bar and having a drink and you're all mad at the world and red in the face, and I didn't know. If I had known, I would have come forward. I didn't. How come it's been 3 years? Well, I didn't think about it. I mean, you know, I have a life. I mean, like, you know, I really never thought about it. I just went on with my life, and now, you know, I've been, you know, sitting and thinking about it for whatever reason, because it's Mother's Day, and now I, you know, figured, oh no, and I figured I better come and see the cops and tell them everything I know. That's the conversation. Now that person is the one I'm going to say is who indirectly helped it. You get it? That's how that's going to go. And then we have balance, invention, and destruction. So, very unfortunate, y'all. They very well could have, parted ways amicably and gone on their separate ways. It was just that rage and that control. Rage and control. Whose birthday? Somebody's birthday, right? I don't know. Well, happy birthday. And her birthday was on April 30th, right? So happy birthday to Suzanne as well. So now, if you paid attention to the way I spoke, that little thingy, think about the energy that goes, think profile, right? And you'll know who that person is. That person has been fluttering around in the edges. It's not a complete stranger. Oh my goodness. This is hotter than heck, y'all. And I'm from Texas, so, but don't ask me why. This is like crazy, this heat. It's a heat wave over here, and wait, let me see. Oh my God. Yeah, we're going to hit, well, it's only going to be 98 high today, but whatever. Hang on. What is the outcome for this case? Okay. They're going to be coming up with more new information, more new evidence. They're going to figure out that it was all for selfish reasons, and it was just like that, decision was made. And then there's going to be a family celebration where they're going to say, okay, finally, closure. Wow, for real, y'all. Regrets. This card has come up twice already. Well, what's a regret about? Collaboration. This card has come up again. And whoever that person is who saying, who comes out of the woodwork now and says, oh, well, yada, that person is going to have a lot of regrets because for not coming forth with the information earlier, because that person is going to be charged as well. This is an unknown journey, unknown journey for relationships and vulnerability, determination and sacrifice. opportunities and growth. That individual is going to be like pooping bricks now, because it's like, oh shoot, I could be assessed or labeled a accessory to the whole thing, and it's an unknown journey for that individual too, because it's like, where do I go, what do I do? And it's all about relationships. It's like, oh, my relationship with this individual is, oh shoot, it's like, I thought I could trust this person, whatever, but I really like this person, but now I have to make a decision to save my own behind, whether I sacrifice everything and put out all the information and show my hand and tell everything, because that will give me an opportunity to grow up and out of this messy situation, and basically save my behind, save my tushy. Overcoming, it's difficult. It's going to be very difficult for this person to overcome the choices that they made. It's also going to be very difficult for the perpetrator to overcome this. Very, very difficult. I will be super duper surprised if he actually gets away this time. I'll be like, what the hell? Like, who's smoking what already? Like, it's going to be. No, it's not 98, it's 83 degrees where I am. Somebody else is probably at 98. Oh, wow. Yeah, crazy weather, isn't it? So, let me see. I wanted to do readings on his kids, on Suzanne's kids. But you know what? I have maintained this from the beginning. One is close to the pup and one is close to the mom, so I don't want to do that. They're young folks, let them get on with their lives, that sort of a thing. Communication, confidence. For one of them, communicating with the authorities and letting them know everything is actually going to help them. But for the other, you accepted things from the perpetrator. You offered to help, you offered to guide, and now you're trying desperately to cut that cord. It's not going to work for you, because your attempt at trying to detach yourself, distance yourself to him is going to be your downfall. So let's just leave it at that. After all the drama I had trying to get this dang thing to work, oh my goodness, y'all, I so sincerely apologize, y'all. Shoot, me and technology. What can I say? Deception and trickery, determination and sacrifice, divine timing and evaluation. Look, I'm going to say this. The deception and trickery is exposed. The determination with which the intention to sacrifice her for his own gains is going to be exposed. But this case popping up now, the autopsy results coming up now, all this happening now is divine timing, because he is going to be held to a higher judge, a higher court. And there are some other shenanigans in the in the perp's past that is also going to come to light. It's going to be part of it's going to be like you shake the tree and the fallout. So some other BS is going to pop up now. Good luck with that, doofus magoofus, right? So, anywho, I'm going to stop now, y'all, because I'm actually running out of energy. It's like a little bit bizarre. I'm pretty sure y'all were expecting more, but I apologize. That one, yeah, but interesting, y'all. Kim French has a comment, and both of y'all are right. And we knew that from the very beginning, right? So, give me one card, Suzanne, give me one card. Taking command and teamwork. Wow. Finally. I think she's happy now that the authorities are coming together and working as a team to resolve this case. She's happy. God, what a mess. I mean, couldn't you just kind of say, all right, you want a divorce, you want to go have an affair, go do your thing, I'll do my thing, and whatever, you know. Tradition and order. See, but for him, it was all about, you know, in a twisted way, as much as the perpetrator could have also been the kind of person who was not opposed to stepping out of a relationship, in other words, screwing around. He also believed in traditional relationship values and principles. So I don't know whether it's just a question of, oh, look at me, I'm a jock, and look at me, I can do whatever the heck I want, you know, that sort of thing, or it was, I don't know, it's very twisted, but it's control, man, and I'll tell you, he is controlling that one child, really controlling that one child. And I'm going to go so far as to say that one child is actually afraid of him, if not both. Hang on one second, one last card. Is he going to be convicted this time? Yeah, heck yeah. Oh, mama, I got all the 4 aces on the first go, y'all. Look at that. All 4 of them on the first go around. Yes. Unbelievable. But we knew that. We knew at some point, you know. I'm going to try, and once this is, I can't mess with the description box right now, but once it converts into a video, takes a little bit of time, then I'll go put the links for the other videos I did. So for those of you all who are interested, you can go check it out. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go so far as to say it's going to be 20 to life. I think that's how it's going to go. Yeah, it's right out of the gate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, y'all. I am convinced, based on my observations and my opinions and allegedly, that the perpetrator is going to be held responsible for his actions. So I'm going to leave it at that, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. I again apologize for the snafu, but now I set it up, so hopefully again, you know, next Wednesday I'll try and do it like Central Standard Time evening, like the usual. I'll do the live, because now this setting is fixed here. Oh my God, when I go back home and I hook up the other big camera, it's going to be another drama then, but we'll figure it out. So thank you, everybody. I do appreciate you all. I again apologize for the snafu. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, leave your comments, spread the word around, help me get more subscribers and get more viewers. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and take care, okay? So let's see, let's call it a 10-4. 10-4. And blessed be. All right, y'all, I'm going to tune out of this, okay? Take care, everybody. All right. Thank you.